What's up, YouTube? So before we get started with this video, on Undisputed, they're going to be talking about, is Zion Williamson a top 50 player in the world? In the world. That's crazy. So let's see what they have to say about that. I know this video is 2 days old, but this is something I like to touch on. I didn't get a chance to touch on it. So let's see what they have to say.
No, I do not. That's too much. He's a great college player. But the NBA is the next step up. And we've seen great college players not be able to take that next step and become great NBA players. Just for perspective, Chris Middleton is 50th in scoring in the NBA at 17.8 points a game. Name the time that you've watched all Zion, and I'm sure everybody has watched the majority of Zion Williamson's games. Name the time he's put the ball on the floor and pulled up from 12 feet. Pulled up from 18 feet. Tell me something you've seen other than a set shot three, a dunk, or a putback.
Okay, right now, if I gave you a choice going forward, you can have Zion.
No, that's upside. No, that's upside. That's upside.
Okay.
Because I also.
Okay, right now, I'm just saying, right here, right now, would you take Chris Middleton over Zion? Would you substitute in the Milwaukee rotation Zion for Chris Middleton right now?
They wouldn't be as good because I don't know.
I'll do it. I'm going to figure that out.
I look at him.
So Zion, like Shannon said, Zion, you're working with upside. You're working with his potential. His potential to be a good player. His potential to put it down. Now with Chris Middleton, you know what you're getting. You know what you're getting. Now as far as, I bet you, if you put Chris Middleton in college right now, he'd probably be putting up 50 points a game. Easily. He will be putting it down in college. You can't quite say the same for Zion at the next level. There's something to be said about going against pros, grown men that aren't scared of you. They have a mortgage to pay, have baby mamas to pay. Those guys aren't scared of Zion. They're ready for Zion. Those kids in college, they might be kind of scared. They might be a little hesitant. The next level, you're going against grown men. Like I said, Chris Middleton will go back to college and wreck shop. You can't quite say that about Zion right now. You can't quite say that about Zion right now. But let's keep going.
As an athlete, because I don't really know what he's going to play. I get it. He can make one pass or two passes a game, and everybody's like, did you see that pass? He's not a two. So is he a three or is he a four? Because right now I look at him as an outstanding athlete, and I think what we're doing is that we're heaping so much praise because we've never seen a guy his size be this athletic, be able to move. Because really the only guy that we've ever seen this size really that can move was Charles. When Charles went the round mound of rebound, now he slimmed down a little bit, Skip. But you remember when he was in college, he was 280. And he could.
That's why Bobby Knight didn't want him on the Olympic team.
Exactly.
You know?
But for me, Skip, I just don't. When I look at him, I'm like.
And to tell you the truth, Shannon, I think Zion is probably a lot more athletic than Charles Barkley. I think Charles Barkley was shorter for one, because I think Charles Barkley's actually like 6'4". And his 280, he was a fatter 280, a flumpier 280. Zion Williamson is like a legit 6'6", 6'7", and he has room to grow because he's 18, so he'll probably grow another inch or two. So he's at 6'6", 6'7", and that 280, he's more of a solid 280, more athletic 280 than Charles Barkley. So let's keep going.
Is he a three? Because if he's a three, Paul George, Kawhi, KD, LeBron, Giannis, that's what he has to see every night.
So he's going to have to see all those guys every night. He might be able to play a little bit bully ball in the beginning, but I think once they get into playing him, those guys' technique are just it's gonna tear Zion apart. He's not going to be able to quite handle the technique, the way they move. Just being a professional is probably going to be a shock to Zion, because he's not going to quite be able to just push those guys around, because the guys aren't scared. Those guys are going to be quicker and faster than he is, smarter technique-wise. So it's going to be interesting to see. Interesting. And that's just for the three. Let's see what Shannon has to say about the fours. Let's keep going.
He a four, because he got Jokic, he got AD, he got Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond is 17 and 15. Skip, it's just hard for me to believe.
And so with Zion being 6'6", 6'7", maybe growing an inch or two, all those guys, the fours are going to be taller than he is. What you got? Like I say, what 80? You got 6'10s all over the place, some 6'11s, 6'9s. So he's going to be a little bit shorter, so that bully ball, he may be able to bully guys around, but they could probably compensate with their height and use their height to their advantage and their technique, and just being a professional, knowing how to use their body to overcompensate for Zion being a beast. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens next year. So let's keep going.
That a guy that's only playing against college players can somehow say, okay, well, he's a top 50 player in the world. I just don't see it. Now, I'm not saying what he couldn't be. I'm saying right now, no, I do not believe he's a.
I don't see that either, Shannon. I do, but I definitely agree with you. There's something to be said about being a professional. I can say, Zion, maybe he's definitely ready to play professional ball. He's definitely ready to for the next level. But to say he's a top 50 player, that's going very, very far. That's going very, very far. That's disrespecting a lot of guys. And some people have Zion in the list of being a top 20 player in the NBA. I think Skip is probably going to say coming up. A top 20 player in the NBA, that's pushing it big time. Like I said, there's something to be said about being a professional and playing against grown men. There's something about man strength that you just don't have playing against college players. No matter what level you are in college, freshman, senior, fifth year senior, there's something to be said about man strength that you just can't get in college. So let's keep going.
Top 50 player in the world. Top 50 college player. He's the best college player.
This is tricky, but I put the pencil to all this, or the pen in this case, and I can make a case he's definitely already top 30. I can even make another case.
Top 30?
He's on the fringe of top 20 in the NBA
No
right
way.
here, right now.
No way. No way,
Okay,
Skip. You ought to be ashamed.
What are we watching? What are we looking at, albeit in college basketball? He's 6 feet 7 inches. We have never seen this much explosion from 6'7", 285 or whatever he weighs,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
We've never seen that explosion propelled by this kind of consistent energy. He is high energy from wire to wire. We have never seen, coupled with that, great hand. He's got point guard hands. His feel and touch with the basketball is extraordinary for his size.
Okay, so Zion is big and everything, like 6'7", 6'6", 280, but he's not above and beyond the most biggest explosive player ever of all time. There's other players that have come through that have been in the same general area as Zion and have been some bangers and had a little bit more better skills from distances out from the rim. So Zion's big, he's a beast, but let's not live in the moment. Because there have been a lot of other bangers that have came before Zion. Zion may have 15, 20 pounds on him, but let's not act like he just the Superman, like acting like he's like 7'10", 400 pounds and just killing everybody all over the place. All right, so let's don't live in a moment. Let's keep going.
Beyond what Charles had. His shooting stroke is really pure and good, and he's starting to make more and more threes because I think he's just a baby, like he hasn't tried this. Okay, that's fine. At 6'7", the set shot will work. Can he shoot free throws? He's not great, but the stroke is. I wish he'd made the one to finish off the three-point play, but I can see him being an 80% free throw shooter, which LeBron is not. So I see upside there. Maybe I'm going to more upside than you're talking about. But I also see a point guard of a passer. The play he made, I think it was near the end of the first half the other day on the break.
Skip, I get to do one of these threads that need to come on, Skip.
Whew, come on. That's a long bounce pass. Look at this. That was so sweet. That you can't teach that. You can't coach that. You are born with that kind of vision and that kind of feel and that kind of anticipation. He played point guard coming up. His parents taught him to be a point guard. Then he exploded up in size and to a certain extent in height. And now what have we been seeing against Carolina than the other day against UCF? We saw takeover Gene.
Yes.
We saw him say, I got this. Just give me the ball and get out of my way or I'll just wheel the ball in the hole. He did it against Carolina late. He cost you another case of dew, right?
I'm going to get it back.
Did he not spring back up for that rebound and the putback? So I'm seeing a kid who can rise and shine in the biggest moments. Again, I didn't even love him coming back from the knee.
So, Skip, I mean, he's rising and shining in the big moments, but there's been times he's kind of been average. He hasn't quite risen to the point of where he should always consistently be. And at the next level, for what you're saying, him being a top 50, a top 20 player in NBA already, to be that type of guy, you got to be banging on everybody every single time, because every single night he's going to be going against the North Carolinas. He's going to be going against the pros, the number one, the cream of the crops, every single game, every single night. They're going to be going at his head. So if he's had a so-so game here or there, even though he was killing it, that means he might have a little bit of trouble. That means he might not be a top 50, top 20 player in the NBA starting out. So let's keep going.
Because it's just college basketball. But he came back with a vengeance that I think you're going to see for 82 games if he can stay healthy.
I can't believe that you said that.
Okay, I'm looking at this. So I took the top 20 in NBA PER, player efficiency rating. Yes. These are the most efficient 20 players in the world right now, according to the NBA, right? And I'm saying, who would I take right now Zion over? As a Duke college basketball player, I would take him over Valanciunas. I'd take him over Vucevic. Those two are in the top 20. And then
he's not better than Vucevic went to the All-Star game.
No, he did. I'll take Zion right now. I just will. On just willpower and explosion.
I think Skip is living in the moment. You're just living in the moment. Like I said, there's something to be said about getting up there and playing with professionals. You're playing with grown men that aren't scared of you, that aren't worried about you, that you're not going to take their position because they have a contract year coming up. That you're not going to bang on me. Some little 18-year-old kid's not going to come in here and bang on me. You ain't doing that to me. There's something to be said about that. There's little intangibles that you can't measure in stats. You just can't measure that. That's like the difference of a guy coming from the suburbs and going into the hood and playing. You might have good numbers, you might be balling, but there's just something different from going from the suburbs to the hood. The game's just a little bit different. We can't quite put your hand on. Actually, you can put your whole fist on it if I was different. But the numbers might not translate over because there's just something a little bit different. And when you come playing in the hood, especially when players come over from different countries and they come play in America and they get banged on, well, what happened to your numbers? What happened to your shot? It's a different game. Now let's keep going.
Vucevic can shoot the three.
I got it.
And got a mid-range game.
Boban is in there. I'll take him.
Oh, man, stop on that. Boban.
Well, he's PER king.
Boban is number one in PER all time, probably.
Montrezl Harrell. They're kind of the same player, Zion and Montrez. I'll take more explosive right now is Zion to me.
What about Wayman?
Better all-around basketball player is Zion.
Does he have a game kind of like Wayman Tisdale? You follow Wayman Tisdale at Oklahoma.
Yeah, I never really loved him. I think Zion's tougher mentally, psychologically, has better tough basketball intangibles.
Wayman Tisdale could play.
I know. I watched him all through college. I thought he was pretty good. I don't think he'd be Zion in pro basketball. And then to finish off the top 20, God bless Nurkic, but he's in there. I'd take Zion right now over Nurkic and over Clean.
It's just crazy because you take the All-Star team. How many guys are on there? So that means Zion's already ready to be on the All-Star team. That means all the guys that just came short of making the All-Star team, he's better than them. I'll be mad if I was one of the players. I'm like, you're saying immediately now that Zion's better than I am, and I just barely missed the All-Star team, and there's some guys on the All-Star team that you're saying Zion's better already? I don't know. I don't know if Zion's skill set is there enough to be saying that he's that high ranked. He's definitely ready to play pro ball. He's definitely ready for NBA. But to say to rank him that high, to put him up that high, we're going to have to see him on the court. Because like I said, it's going to be a different game when we get up there with them hogs, them grown men. When you're dealing with that man strength, it's going to be a little bit different game. A little bit different game. Like I said, don't get me wrong. He's ready to go. But to put him up that high, I don't know. Skip might be putting a target on that man's back, just like what happened to Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball had all that hype and got shut down real quick. Now, it was not fair to Lonzo because of his dad and everything happened like that. And Lonzo and Zion are different players. But just having that target on your back, you don't want them headhunters coming after you. Because them headhunters prove something. They got something to prove against you. So let's keep going.
Capella, I'd take him. I just would take him. I just would.
You do realize Capella is 17 and 12.
Okay, now I'm going to do the All-Star team. Would I take him over Kemba Walker right now? Yeah.
No way.
Kyle Lowry, I'd take him. Oladipo, I'd still take Zion. We did Chris Middleton, I told you. Bradley Beal, I'm taking Zion. He's just better than D'Angelo. I'm taking Zion.
Skip,
I know they're different positions.
No. See, you're still looking at projections. You're projecting what right now he's not better than them.
He's the best player in college basketball. He's the best player in this tournament. This is why Duke is...
Skip's just trolling right now. At this point, the man trolling, or he's been smoking some of that wacky tobacco. Let's keep going.
Going to win this tournament.
Adam Morrison. Was the best player in college basketball.
I despised Adam Morrison. You can look it up and check the tape. I ridiculed him. I said, I'm not drafting him, and guess who did?
Your guy.
Michael Jordan.
But let me ask you a question.
Here we go again.
Was he the best player in college basketball?
I don't care. It was what he and JJ were battling for Player of the Year.
What you just said.
I said JJ can play because JJ could shoot it.
Okay.
Not a star, but a starter.
So what we're going to do with Zion? Just hey, you just jump over everybody, huh?
I don't think he should jump over it. He's a basketball player. He's got a stroke. He's got feel. He's got touch. And he's got explosion. We've never seen anything like it.
Everybody else in the NBA has explosion too. Everybody else is a professional too. They're not just going to be afraid of Zion coming up. If anything, there's some people that are sitting there rubbing their hands together like Birdman, waiting for Zion to come. Waiting for guys like that to come in so they can set the example. Welcome to the NBA. Welcome to the NBA. Oh, this is a huge welcoming mat waiting for Zion coming. And don't get me wrong, I think Zion, he's a banger. He is a banger, but to put him up this high, it's just disrespectful. It's just disrespectful. I'm sorry. It's just disrespectful to the guys that have been there and put it down and are holding it down. So let's just keep going.
Jimmer Fredette Player of the Year?
Thank you for bringing him up. I ridiculed Jimmer Fredette. I said, there's no way I'm drafting him, period, end of story. I'm not drafting him in this second. You can go check the tape. I said he can't play in the NBA.
Okay.
Go look it up.
Okay.
And they're still trying to force him in. Last night he was at Utah, his home state, still trying to make shots, and it was pathetic.
I'm mad because they took Booker out. He could have got 70, and then they tried to double team.
Devin Booker is really good.
Skip, can you believe this? They doubled and triple teamed him because they didn't want him to get 60. But that 59, he got 59, but he didn't get 60. But hold on. Was Jimmer Fredette Player of the Year? Because this is what this kid's going to be. I'm not saying Zion's not going to be good.
Yep.
But to say right now, as you and I sit here and debate this, that he's better than an all-star.
You know what's happening? The Michael Jordan syndrome is happening under Coach K. What happened to Michael at Carolina? He stayed for 3 years.
Yes.
Did you think he was that guy?
No.
Because nobody did.
No.
He did make the shot that won the championship game when he was a freshman.
But stop pretending now, because he did have the first #1 overall pick in his class, and it was Player of the Year. Big game James Worthy. He had the 4th pick in the draft in Sam Perkins.
Okay.
So stop pretending like Michael Jordan was by himself.
Okay, I didn't say that, but could you see Michael Jordan under Dean?
Wow, so was that Shannon Sharpe defending Michael Jordan? I'm definitely going to have to record this and keep this in the video files to be saved. Let's keep going.
Smith. No, what was the old line about North Carolina? There's only one man who can stop Michael Jordan, and that's Dean Smith. Well, I can say the same thing about Zion right now. The only man who can stop him is Coach K, because I get frustrated. Obviously, I'm rooting because I picked him and bet you against him.
I'm rooting for him.
But again, I don't think they utilize his skills enough because they're a college basketball team and they got R.J. Barrett and they got Cam Reddish.
Well, the thing is, Skip, they can play zone. It's hard for an NBA team to play zone the entire game.
You could feature him. You could figure out how to get the basketball team.
In order to figure out, but Skip,
he got 32 of the quietest points the other day. He just got them on his own in the flow.
32 at what? Other than the 2 3-pointers.
He didn't rebound the ball the other day, but he's had some big How many did he get against Carolina that night?
What was the average distance of the shot that were made? 5 feet?
Of Zion?
Yes.
Well, he made 3.
And that's where the problem might lie for Zion. Because you don't think, like I said, that next level, those professionals, those coaches are going to be scheming, and they're going to get those big dogs, those hogs in there in that paint and be sitting there waiting for Zion. If they got a double team or whatever, they're going to cut off his angles, and it's not going to be so easy for Zion to get in there and start banging. And he might not get those fouls because those referees aren't going to be hooking up no rookie. So those coaches are going to be scheming and scamming and to figure out a way to make him take that deep shot. We're going to make you take that deep shot. Let's see what you got. Let's see your all-around game. And like I said, those professionals, those grown men are going to figure him out and know what's going on. Like in college, those kids might be scared. They might be timid. They may not be able to apply the game plan, the game strategy, because Zion's a bully, which is it's cool. He's a cool bully. But it's going to be a different story. Just a different story at the next level. Let's keep going.
3 threes? Yep. They're big.
I said outside the threes.
Okay.
What was the average distance of the shot?
Do I see the stroke? Do I think he could do it if you ask him to do it? If they ran plays for him? If they picked for him? Yeah, I think he could make
in other words, Zion better than Andre Drummond right now. He's better than Andre Drummond.
No, I didn't say him. Because he's really good, Andre Drummond. And like Rudy Gobert, I take Gobert over Zion right now.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about as a college player.
Skip, did you see Kemba?
I'm not even talking about 3 years from now.
Did you see what Kemba did to the Celtics?
What's left of the Celtics?
Well,
We're talking about disarray.
No, Skip, the plane ride. You remember the plane ride cured him. You remember the plane ride?
Road trip?
You remember the plane ride out to Golden State?
Yeah, those 6-hour flights.
Okay. I'll take Zion over Kemba right now.
No, wait, Skip, stop playing now.
Skip, man, you're tripping. I mean, he's just trolling right now. He's just playing the devil's advocate. That's all that is. He's just playing the devil's advocate. Let's keep going.
I'm not playing. I'm just start playing.
You know what?
I'd start playing Zion.
When I was growing up, my grandma said, "This is why we can't have nice things." Because I was standing on the couch and I'm saying to myself, "The reason why we can't have nice things because we ain't got money to buy nice things."
Okay.
We can't have nice things because you keep saying this kind of foolishness. That man is not better than Kemba right now.
I take it Zion at age, what is he, 18 still?
Probably 18, 19, yeah.
I don't know if he's turned 19, but let's say he's 18.
Yeah.
If I took Zion at 18 and I put him in the starting lineup of the Charlotte, what are they now? The Hornets.
Yeah.
I always forget. The Charlotte Hornets from game 1 over Kemba, that would be a playoff team. Okay.
Okay, he turns 19 in July,
Okay,
so he is close.
So if he'd been at 18 at the start of this NBA season, that team would be in the playoffs because he would be dominating and devastating.
The only thing that'd be off.
Yeah, but you don't know that, Skip, though. Like I said, you don't know what type of adjustments he's going to have to make messing with professionals. It's a different story. On paper, he looks good. He can do all those things, but it's a different story doing that night in, night out against professionals. You've seen the Hogs every single night. And it's like there's little things that can't be accounted for when you're a professional coming from college. So you don't know how that's going to translate over. You just don't know. And he's going to have to stay healthy and everything that goes along with that. So I don't know. Like I said, once again, I think Zion is a banger, but to have him ranked this high so early, I just don't know. But let's keep going.
In the playoffs is an attendance because he's close by Spartanburg, South Carolina, which is not very far car ride to Charlotte, North Carolina. Skip, stop playing. Now, you know good and well, we're not talking about projections. We're talking about as we sit.
What do you see? What do your eyes tell you?
I don't see a player better than Kemba Walker. That's what I see.
I see Zion as a player that's ready to play in the NBA. I see him as being a high talented rookie, but I don't see him as being a top 50 player. I don't see him definitely being a top 20 player. I can see him as a guy that can come in, play immediately, make a difference on a team. Definitely the Knicks. But as far as him coming in and just banging on everybody and doing all this other type of stuff, I don't think so. Can you bang on people? Yes, and he probably will. But his all-around game, his whole body of work, I don't see him being top 20. I just don't see it right now at this point. Maybe after year 1, once he's made adjustments, once he's used to playing with the big dogs, maybe. But right now, I just don't see it. And Skip is playing with hypotheticals because he's not there yet. So, I don't know. But let's keep going.
I don't see Kemba. He's like 5'11".
Yeah,
really?
He gave that work.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute. Now you got a problem with size. What about 5'3" Kyler Murray?
I may be jinxing my team tonight. My
Did
team
you
has
say
to play
5'3"?
Kimball tonight.
Yeah, what about 5'?
I take it all back.
No,
I don't want to.
And Skip, if you want to talk about size, again, Zion's big, but he's like 6'6", 6'7". That's kind of short for the 4. Because he goes against them 4s. He's going to be like, look at that, 6'9", 6'10", 6'11". And for the 3s, it's going to be a little bit average to a little bit below average because you're going to be looking at that 6'8", 6'7", 6'9", somewhere around there. But he's got that weight that we tossed him around, so he just doesn't really fit anywhere. I don't know. But the size thing, he's not a specific size for any specific spot. So if Skip wants to talk about size, you can't really go there. So I don't know. Let's keep going.
Jinx my Spurs tonight because they got to play at Kimba.
Please don't take it back.
Take it out.
You ain't got to, don't worry about it. James Harden got something for your Spurs again, I think.
No.
He got another 61 piece for you.
This is a hard argument. It's like the Alabama football team could have beat an NFL team.
Yes.
It can't happen because we don't know Zion yet in that setting. We know what he is now, and it's incredible.
Okay, I'm going to flip this around.
Okay.
These are all the players I wouldn't take Zion over, and I start at the top with Giannis and James Harden and Anthony Davis, even Karl Anthony Towns.
I see what you're doing, Skip, baby.
No, these are the players I wouldn't take. Jokic, I
see what you're doing, Skip.
Embiid, no.
I see what
Kyrie,
you're
no.
Skip.
Well, I'm just Damian, no. Steph, no. Kevin Durant, no. I'm not.
Oh, so you gonna
And that's already almost halfway down your top 20 list. And you're naming bangers right there. And you think Zion's going to come in and be around the top 20? You've already almost got 10 players right there you just listed. There's no way Zion's coming in and banging on people in the top 20. I just don't see it happening. Let's keep going.
like you ain't leave a name off.
Okay.
You go through 12 people and you ain't called one name yet.
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, that guy.
I know what you're
You
talking
know what, Skip Bayless? You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
The old guy.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Stop.
That's a tough call. But
So if he's talking about that one guy, I don't really want to bring up his name, but he plays for the Lakers right now. Just came over from the East. Zion can bang on that guy. He can bang on that guy. But overall play, that one guy is better than he is naturally. It just goes without saying. But he can get banged on. Zion can bang on anybody. But his overall body of work, is he a top 20 guy? No, I don't think so. That guy in L.A. That just came over from the East, he can get banged on by Zion, but I don't think he's going to let it happen. It can happen, but I don't think it's going to let it happen. And that guy in L.A., his overall body of work obviously is going to be better than Zion. But Zion can bang on anybody. And if you're not careful, Zion can bang on you. So let's keep going.
You know what? I'll give you that.
It is not a tough.
I'll take LeBron over right now. Right now, I'll still take the aging LeBron over 18.
All that ain't necessary. All the adjectives that you're using, we don't need those, Skip Bayless. You know good and well, if he could have half the career that LeBron James has had, you should applaud him.
Well, you know, I'll give credit where credit's due. A ton of credit. There's no way that I would take Zion over LeBron at any point in time, really. Even coming out of high school, I would take LeBron over Zion, no matter what. So I give all the respect to LeBron James, okay? He can't get banged on by Zion, but to say that Zion is better or anything, you know, Zion hopes and wishes he could have 1% of LeBron James' career. I mean, Zion hasn't even scored a point yet. So we don't know what's going to happen. He can step on the court and break his leg and fall apart and never play again, never play. So Zion hopes he can do 1% of LeBron James' career. Is he going to do more than that? Probably, most likely. But I don't want to even get into the comparisons of LeBron James and Zion Williams anymore, okay? Because everybody knows what that is, all right? I'll take LeBron all day, every day. And I'm not a big LeBron James fan. So let's just leave it where it's at. Let's keep going.
Well, I hope he doesn't lose 6 finals before it's...
You better hope he get to one.
Yeah. Huh?
You better hope he gets to one.
Right place, right time, he's going to get to several.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't believe you talking about a college player better.
Do you watch him pass the basketball?
The differences between college and pros, all those guys in the NBA are NBA players.
You know what they can't do?
All those guys in college are not NBA players.
You're missing the point here. What you can't do in pro basketball is you can't play that kind of zone where Taco Fall just goes and stands under the basket.
Okay,
they will whistle you for it, and they'll let you shoot a tackle, right?
Yes.
So it's a whole different game in the NBA because you can't do that. You can't just take Zion.
Who he guarding?
Name
Name the guys that you just named. Who he guarding?
the guys.
The guys you just named, Jokic and LeBron and AD and KD and Karl Anthony Towns.
Okay.
Who he guarding?
I'll take him on. He'd guard Anthony.
I don't think so. Those guys are a little bit too quicker and faster than Zion. Quicker and faster and smarter. Like I said, there's something to be said about that man strength, that being a professional, that confidence. That Zion, just a puppy. He's just a puppy. Let's keep going.
Davis? What? Yeah. You overrate Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis has won what? You know what? Won a bet.
He won a national. Well, we gonna see what he gonna do. Because Anthony Davis was College Player of the Year and he won a national title.
And who was the second pick in the draft? Kid Gilchrist.
I ain't talking about Kid Gilchrist.
Okay, well,
you said Anthony Davis.
He had help.
Oh, don't do that.
Well,
so what is R.J. Barry gonna be? What is Cam Reddish gonna be?
I'm just saying.
Let's see what Zion does Friday first before we jump ahead.
Oh, you probably take Zion over AD too, huh?
I don't love AD. I've told you that from the start. AD will not be enough for LeBron next year. Mark my words. We'll have another
But Zion will. Zion would.
You already said you'd take him and trade him.
I sure would.
Okay.
In a New York minute.
Be my guest.
For AD.